we hear Newsom, but probably the most qualified person in this podcast right now to speak on Newsom is Adam Carolla. This is you sitting with him. If I'm not mistaken, this is 12 years ago.
Yes.
10 or 12 years ago when you guys are sitting down. He's in your set. He's in your podcast. Rob, if you want to play this clip, this 1 minute exchange between the two will give you some context, and then I want to hear from you. If Newsom's changed at all, has he won you over? Do you want to endorse him? Do you want to get behind him? Go ahead, Rob.
Of African Americans in the state of California, roughly half of Latino families have no access to a checking account or an ATM. Things we take for granted. They don't have a checking account.
What's wrong with them?
And well, because they don't have the resources to sock those things away.
Why do we have them?
A lot of different reasons.
Why those two groups don't have access?
Well, a lot of it just happens to be that. We can
so
talk
they're
about.
Flawed?
No, they're hardly flawed, but they're struggling.
Genetically
Folks are making
flawed.
their word. Hardly, not absolutely.
But okay,
not.
Do Asians have this problem?
I mean, a lot of communities have. A lot of whites have these problems.
Oh,
but
so that's not just black and Hispanic.
No, but
why did you bring up black and Hispanic?
Because the magnitude is ominous.
But why so many of them?
It just happens to be the magnitude.
That's the way God planned it?
Not at all.
Well, what happened to them?
There are a lot of issues, and that the communities are struggling. A lot
Why
of new
are they
immigrants.
struggling?
A lot of different reasons. The only reason why is the magnitude of the
There's
problem.
so many more.
The magnitude in percentage
But there's no
terms
way to figure out how that happened.
We can talk about it. You know what I'm dealing with? I don't want to have a sociological debate.
Sure, why would you?
No, here's why.
Why would you want to do that? Because the person from the Times wouldn't write good things about you if you did that.
No, that's not the case, because I want to deal with reality. No.
You want to deal with reality.
I want to deal with the reality of people that are struggling, people are suffering. I want to deal with the problems in a pragmatic way.
Why are they struggling and
I don't want
suffering?
an idea. We can hold hands and surmise about all these other
things.
I don't want to.
What did he say right after this interview was done? What did he tell you?
He's Teflon. He doesn't care. He's a sociopath. So he doesn't, it's like, did you feel bad after you killed your wife and her family? Like, no, I'm a sociopath. You know what I mean? I had wings.
How could I do this?
Yeah, he's a sociopath. He does not. You have to be a sociopath to answer questions that way, because I asked him 17 different times what is going on with these groups that they don't have access to checking accounts, which, by the way, is BS. I mean, the notion that half the black and Hispanics, California is half Hispanic. Do you know how many people wouldn't have access to a checking account if half of them? So he gets out of the gate with BS. Like, he just lies. I mean, you really think in modern times, half of the people in California don't have access to a checking account? And then when I try to get him to answer the question, he won't answer the question. By the way, this is not what you want in a leader. If I came, because he presented a problem. So if I came in to your home and I said, you got a big termite problem in this house, and then you went, how do we eradicate it? And I go, it just is. You know, and then you go, I know, but I want to fix it. How do we fix this problem? That's just the way it is. And then you go, but how do we get the termites out of the house? I go, a lot of houses have termites. And you keep asking the person, they won't provide an answer. It's his job to fix this stuff. Okay, you're in charge of California, and half the black and Hispanics don't have access to checking accounts. What's your plan? His answer, nothing. He just wanted to argue.
By the way, do you have the other clip? Because there's another clip with you on Newsom, if I'm not mistaken, right? There's the other one where, no, not that one. There's
there's one where I confronted him.
There's one that he confronted him that he sent it to you.
Yeah, that was a weird story.
I slacked it, Robbie.
Right here.
Right there.
Not that one. The other one, Rob.
You just had it.
That I can.
Right there, Rob.
There was
Rob,
that one.
Right, Rob, the one right before, right there.
Right there, that one, yeah.
There you go.
Adam Carolla here. Governor, why did you shut the beaches in California during COVID?
Yeah, I think we all were working on information at the time. We had no basis of deeply understanding the virus. I think they did the same thing.
So you didn't know anything, so why'd you shut the beaches?
States like Florida.
If you didn't know anything, why'd you shut the beaches?
Well, we didn't know. Yeah, because people were concerned early in the pandemic. Information was coming out as it relates to how it was transferred, the disease, and people were cautious, trying to keep people alive. And I should say this,
so
Adam,
you didn't let them go in the
health, wealth,
sunshine and get vitamin
California
D and exercise, so you shut the beaches. Okay. And you arrested a guy who was paddleboarding in the bay.
On health, wealth, and
Yeah, any
It's always
science
good to
behind
see
that?
Adam, and
Any science
we're
at
all
all behind
geniuses in
shutting outdoor
hindsight.
dining? Why'd you
We're all
shut down outdoor dining?
Look at him, dude. Ugh.
Go ahead, Gavin. Science?
It's good to see Adam.
Based on
So,
science
look,
you didn't
at the end
have?
of the day, the debate tonight.
It's not a debate. You shut
I'm
down
looking
outdoor
forward to the
dining.
debate,
You canceled
compare and
businesses.
contrast
Had nothing
tonight.
to do with science.
Ugh.
All right, let him finish. Keep lying. All right, go ahead.
All this happened in the.
So, yeah, I wasn't. He didn't know I was going to be there.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh,
so
no.
who was the host? Who was the host?
That's why. Chris Cuomo. So Newsom, trust me, would have never spoke to me. No way would he have done that. What happened was
How did Cuomo set that up? Without
So-
telling Newsom?
So here's what Cuomo did. Cuomo was doing his debate night coverage in New York, and I was in New York or something. He invited me and Stephen A. to sit down with him, and we were doing the whole debate night coverage thing. I didn't know anything, and then we went to a commercial after like an hour, and then he's like, "Oh, when we come back from commercial, Gavin Newsom's going to be joining us, via remote." And me and Stephen A. were just sitting there like next to him, like we're doing now. And I was like, all right, well, talk to him. And then right before we come back from commercial, he goes, and you guys ask him a question too.
Oh, beautiful.
And I was just sitting there going, Gavin Newsom. I'm going to ask him a question.
Wow.
And so everyone else asked him a debate question, but I went in on COVID.
Great.
And I just had 10 seconds. And he didn't know he was going to talk to me. That's why he said, good to see you again.
So let me ask you, with everything that's going on in California, and you've had this guy for how long have you been living in California?
I was born there.
Okay, so your entire life you've been in California.
Yep.
And have you ever been tempted to leave the state?
No. California was the place where everyone else came to you. I lived in L.A. There was no reason to even dream of going. And by the way, when you're from L.A. and you're young, like places like, Kentucky or Idaho, you don't even know where those are. You think you got to ride a horse in those towns, chew tobacco and stuff. Like I was just like, everyone comes here. And that's the way it was, by the way. Every person came there. And then, later on when you get into comedy, you start doing improv and you have troops and hang with comedians and stuff. Every single one of them's from somewhere else. They all come here. That's why you can't get a good sports bar, a good like Rams sports bar. They're like 3 Steelers sports bars in LA, and there's no Rams sports bar because everyone is from somewhere else. And they all come here and they root for their team, But no, you would never dream of leaving LA in the past or California.
How much have things gotten better or worse while Newsom's been your governor? Have you seen at least something getting better?
I can't think of anything. I'm trying not to use too much hyperbole here. The stuff you see is homelessness. And the other thing that's you see in California, which is sort of counterintuitive, is garbage. Lots of garbage, lots of graffiti, lots of filth, just filth. And it's weird because California, Golden State, and all that kind of stuff, beaches and sunshine and everything. The major cities are dirty, really dirty. It's homeless and just garbage and graffiti and sort of blight and filth everywhere, which is weird and depressing. And of course, gas is $5.50 a gallon with the worst roads in the country.
You have no desire to run for governor.
No.
Zero.
No.
Is it 1%, 5%, 10%?
I've never. It comes up from time to time.
But you have no desire, no interest.
I don't,
because you're young.
I don't think about it. It's weird. I also come from poor people stock. And the poor people stock is sort of like, come on, you can't be the governor. Come on.
But you know
poor.
why I think you would be interesting? Because I'm watching, and listen, if he doesn't like you and you've gone toe-to-toe with him, the part with you that's interesting, Adam, is you were Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Didn't you have was it you and Jimmy? You and Jimmy Kimmel had a show together, right, back in the days?
Yeah.
So essentially, you came from that world. So was this what the show was, Rob? Can you zoom in a little bit? The Man Show, right? Yeah,
yes.
So you guys came from this. So
you taught me everything I know, Adam Carolla.
Thank you, Bad Adam.
You're welcome, Great Adam. Governor of California.
No, it's
Adam
no
Carolla,
car
Governor.
Adam and cool car Adam.
Yes.
So there's a clip.
Uber Adam will call you.
right, baby.
They will call me
Do it.
Super
I'll pick you up
Adam.
around 8.
Every time we do the Vol conference, if you've attended, you know this. I stand up and I speak for probably 45 hours is what I do at the Vol conference. And I love it. I love being around the guys. I love it. But I wear the Ferragamo shoes when I do this. Or I wear some kind of dress shoes. Eventually, for the last 25 years, I've always been on stage walking. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of it. I want a shoe that I'm comfortable wearing. And here's what I love. I don't like shoes that are so heavy. That's a dumbbell. You can use it as a weapon. I don't want that. Like the Xenia, you carry it. I have so many of them, but they're so heavy. Like you can literally curl the Xenia, the shoes, and you'll get a pump within 30 reps. And I wanted the combination of the Hoka, the On Cloud, the Super Foam, because there's a big thing going on right now with the Super Foam where the bottom of the shoe, you wear it. You know which ones I'm talking about, the On Cloud or the Hokas, right? They're so comfortable. And I said, what if we take luxury and then combine it with the super comfort? What would that look like? And let's build it in Italy. So what do? We went to Italy. We designed the shoe in Florida. We made the shoe in Italy in 5 of the factories. We went back and forth God knows how many times. And by the way, the shoes we're about to launch and introduce to you right now, where you're going to see the video for the first time, I've been wearing those shoes for the last 22 days straight. I'm wearing them right now. I literally wear it with suits. I wore it yesterday when we went to lunch. I wear it every single day. It's the most comfortable shoes I have, yet it's authentic Italian leather. Rob, if you don't mind playing the video, go for it. Here's the video of the latest shoe, the FLBs. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless.
Boom.
There you go. Designed in Florida, 100% made in Italy. 50 hands touch each shoe that was made. And here's what's unique about it. I want to kind of show this to everybody that knows this. And I've worn pretty much every one of these shoes. So if you compare this, the Italian leather, of course, it's made in Italy. It's not assembled, made in China, assembled in Italy, 100% made in Italy, assembled in Italy. It's FLBs, Berlutis, which are $18.40, Ferragamos are $8.95, Xenias are $11.90, and Gucci's are $9.50. Leather premium lining, all of them except for Gucci. Laceless feature, it's the FLBs, the Berlutis, you have laces, Ferragamos laceless, and then you have also the Xenias, and then the Gucci's have the laces. I don't want to wake up in the morning, put laces on. I want to get out the house. Took me 3 seconds to put my shoes on today. Craftsman, 5 different Italian factories all made this shoe. Berlutis are the same as us, as well as FLB. But the only shoe, these trainers, the only one in the world today, according to the factories that told me this in Italy, that has the super foam, the only one that has the same super foam used in the On Clouds and the Hokas, it's the FLBs, and they're officially out, and you can place the order. Here's a challenge. We only have 1,000 of these pairs. And when you say 1,000 of these pairs, they start from size, I believe, is it 8? It goes 8, 9, 10, 10 and a half, 11, 11 and a half, 12, 13. Those are the sizes that we have. And the shoes that you can get today, the colors, you have access to, Rob, if you can go back there, you can have access to those browns, which is absolutely beautiful. And by the way, the brown on the bottom, the stitching on the side is a left stitching. If you can change the picture, and on the bottom it says the future looks bright. Look at the white lines on the side. It's beautiful. The only ones we have right now that you can get sent out today are the black and the browns. If you do want the white to pre-order, I would highly recommend you do so. They're going to come out the second week of December. So the white and the navy blue comes out the second week of December. The browns and the blacks are available. If you believe the future looks bright as much as we do, go place the order. There's nothing like sitting in the boardroom with your trainers and you put your feet over your knee and people look at the bottom of your shoe and it says future looks bright. That's how you get deals done. All right, so they're out. I'm excited to announce it, and I'm very happy for people to go sport it. When you get them, take pictures, send it our way. We're going to show all these shoes, all the pictures that are being taken. I already got a bunch of them sent to me on Instagram. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. It's all over the website. Maybe buy it for your husband, buy it for your brother, buy it for your coworkers, buy it for your best salespeople if you want to let them know the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.